The Chengdu J-20, often called the Mighty Dragon, has garnered significant attention in global defense circles. As China's first fifth-generation stealth fighter, it has been portrayed by Chinese media and some international outlets as a peer competitor to the American F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II. Sleek, angular, and painted in low-visibility gray, the J-20 exudes an air of menace and modernity. But beneath the surface-level impressions lies a more complicated truth, one that suggests the J-20 might not be quite what it appears to be. To understand the J-20's role and limitations, it helps to revisit its origins. The program was first publicly acknowledged in the early 2000s, with the first prototype taking flight in 2011. This made China only the third country in the world to develop a stealth fighter. The development timeline was remarkably fast, raising eyebrows and leading some analysts to speculate that cyber espionage and reverse engineering of American stealth technologies might have played a role. Some circumstantial evidence supports this theory, particularly the discovery that Chinese hackers had stolen terabytes of data related to the F-35 program. Regardless of how the technology was obtained, the J-20 was born with significant ambition behind it. At first glance, the aircraft certainly looks like a fifth-generation stealth fighter. It has canards, small forewings for maneuverability, a twin-engine layout, and a chiseled fuselage that bears some resemblance to the F-22. But when evaluating its true capabilities, especially those required for frontline stealth performance, serious questions begin to emerge. One of the biggest concerns is the engine. The early J-20 prototypes were powered by Russian AL-31 engines, which were originally developed for the Su-27 family. These engines are not only outdated by modern stealth standards but are also notoriously maintenance-intensive and inefficient at high speeds. The true mark of a fifth-generation fighter is not just its radar-evading shape but also its supercruise capability, the ability to fly at supersonic speeds without afterburners. The J-20's Russian engines could not achieve this. China has since developed its own WS-10 engines and is working on the WS-15, a purportedly more powerful indigenous design, but reports indicate that these engines are still not fully mature. The J-20's performance is therefore likely limited by propulsion issues, which is a serious handicap in a dogfight or an interception scenario. Then there's the issue of stealth itself. While the J-20 is certainly stealthy from the front aspect, thanks to its shape and radar-absorbing materials, its stealth profile from other angles, especially the sides and rear, is less convincing. Analysts have noted that the canard configuration, though beneficial for maneuverability and lift, can compromise radar signature. Additionally, the engine nozzles remain exposed and lack serrated shrouds to diffuse radar reflections, a design feature common in the F-22 and F-35. In practical terms, this means the J-20 may be stealthy enough for surprise engagements but might struggle to remain invisible throughout prolonged exposure to radar sweeps. The role of the J-20 is another element that is often misunderstood. Many observers frame it as a direct rival to Western air superiority fighters, but its design suggests a different operational doctrine. Rather than engaging in classic dogfights, the J-20 may be intended more as a long-range interceptor or missile truck, launching standoff weapons from outside of combat air patrol zones. The aircraft's long fuselage, large internal weapons bay, and potential space for long-range missiles all point to this possibility. This aligns with China's broader strategic priorities, which focus on anti-access area denial A2AD capabilities aimed at keeping adversaries, especially the United States, from operating freely near its coastlines. In this context, the J-20 becomes less a rival to the F-22 and more a complement to China's layered defense strategy. Its presence in the skies may complicate U.S. planning, but it doesn't necessarily signify technological parity. In fact, most Western assessments suggest that the U.S. retains a significant lead in stealth technology, sensor fusion, and pilot training. The F-35's sensor suite and networked warfare capabilities, for instance, allow it to act as a battlefield coordinator, feeding targeting information to other platforms. It is unclear whether the J-20 has comparable capabilities, especially in electronic warfare, data fusion, or interoperability. Moreover, pilot experience remains a critical factor. Chinese pilots, though improving through increased training budgets and joint exercises, still lack the depth of combat experience that Western air forces possess. High-tech platforms require not only advanced hardware but also seasoned personnel capable of making split-second decisions in chaotic and fast-evolving environments. Without comparable training and doctrine, even the most advanced fighter jet can be reduced to a blunt instrument. Another question revolves around the production scale and deployment of the J-20. While official numbers are scarce, estimates suggest that China has produced over 200 J-20s as of 2025, a respectable figure. But quantity alone does not equate to capability. Are these aircraft fully operational and equipped with advanced sensors? Are they part of integrated combat groups with supporting AWACS, refueling aircraft, and ground control infrastructure? These elements matter significantly in real-world combat situations, and here, China may still be building its capacities. Western media coverage often inflates the threat of foreign systems, partly due to sensationalism and partly because of defense industry lobbying. This is not to say the J-20 isn't a threat, it is. Any aircraft with long-range missiles and stealth features is a serious concern in a contested environment. But calling it a peer to the F-22 is misleading. A better comparison might be to Russia's Su-57, another fifth-generation fighter that is still grappling with development challenges and production bottlenecks. Both platforms represent evolutionary steps, but neither seems ready to redefine aerial warfare on their own. In the end, the J-20 is a symbol of ambition, progress, and China's emergence as a serious military power. But symbols can be deceptive. The reality is that, while the J-20 looks the part and might be capable in certain scenarios, it does not yet rival the comprehensive combat effectiveness of its American counterparts. Whether it will in the future depends not just on engines or radar but on the integration of doctrine, training, logistics, and technological innovation. Until then, it remains a formidable but flawed machine, more dragon than deity, and not quite what many assume it to be.